On to Baba Yara because you know next week Thursday is a big day for Ghana football because the Black Stars are going to be battling against their opponents from Angola in the qualifiers for the Nations Cup to be held in December and January of this year and next year actually. So the pitch, you recall, some few months ago, weeks, days, it was in a terrible state and concerns were raised about whether the pitch was ready in time for the game or not. But on your screens now you can see it. This is the current state of the pitch in Kumasi, looking all green and beautiful. It looks green, and I repeat, beautiful. So I'm told that CAF brought in some
officials to come and
inspect.
Yeah.
So we are waiting whether they gave the green light for the game to go ahead in Kumasi after coming to see this or not. But this is the current state of the pitch after the restoration works, as was assured by the NSA director, done on the pitch. I'm sure
it's looking beautiful.
Yes. I recall when the pictures, I think a week
ago. A week ago, last week.
It came out and we saw water tankers on the stadium or the pitch, watering the pitch, and you saw some of our Ghanaian media folks, lambasting the NSA, having a good laugh at the NSA for
giving it out 5-day program,
yes,
program.
And for using the tankers to be sprinkling water to try to restore the pitch and really clean and all of that. Now these pictures are out. I'm hoping that they will post these pictures as well. So FIFA and CAF will see that indeed the pitch has been restored.
But have you noticed it's not circulating like...
Yeah, it's not.
It looks like we love bad news.
We love bad. It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that.
Bad news sells.
It sells and travels so fast.
All of us jump into it.
When the thing was bad, within seconds...
This is when it was bad.
Yeah.
This is about 2 weeks ago. This is 2 weeks ago. Look at what it was like. That's when the pictures went all over the place.
Viral.
Yeah, it was all over the place. Then they began the restoration, and that's when they brought the water tanker to be watering what the pitch almost every now and then.
And then spray as well.
And then we're spraying with the sprinklers. Now we have this.
So green.
Now we have this.
This is greener pastures.
So we'll wait for the CAF officials to come through, whether they have approved it. But once we are not hearing anything, I guess it means they have approved.
It's been approved.
And the game will be held in Kumasi and not moved to any other country like it was being threatened. Because if Kumasi was not approved, Ghana had to look for a new venue. It could have been Ivory Coast, it could have been, can you imagine, Benin, or even Morocco, for us to go play a home game against Angola. But once you have not heard anything negative, I'm sure it means that they're okay, the pitch, and we can play a game in Kumasi.
When the NSA boss talked about, we interviewed him here, he talked about the spraying and all that, which is a normal thing even in Europe. Because when you're watching matches, European matches, you see some of the players when they slide and that kind of thing, you see their jerseys getting green. I'm sure it's the same thing that you also do. Oh, you think it's the grass itself
different.
that...
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's different, please. Differences in there. See,
let's give it to the NSA. They've done amazingly well.
What they have in Europe regards the pitch and the grass they use. First of all, there's a big difference in the grass we use here in Ghana.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
To what is used out there by most of the big nations and even some African nations. The last AFCON that was held in La Côte d'Ivoire, the pitch or the grass was used for the pitching in Ivory Coast was so different. You recall having a chat with our man, Green Gas Technology, and he told us that indeed what they used out there was a combination of the natural and artificial, which is used out there mostly. But in Ghana, our grass, the type of grass we use here is so different. So when it is you add some, I want to repeat my words, green elements. Green elements, it makes it a bit some way. But
but it's looking nice.
It's looking good.
Looking nice. We give it to them. It's looking nice.
We'll see.
I'm sure when the GFA and the Black Stars as well, they see this, they will be impressed because for they might be worried before that and all that.
But you know what happens? Now, it might look all green and all smooth from the picture.
From the picture as well.
But when as footballers you go step on it, the question is how deep and how dense. I don't know if that word is okay though. How dense is the grass itself? Because when they are cutting, they must cut to a certain length.
Yeah.
And the grass must have a certain texture. If it's not good
enough,
the players will struggle.
Exactly. When they pass the ball,
they will struggle. It will not move as they want it. So all those things come in. Sometimes, so we'll have to wait and see if they can get you to the texture and a level that will be good enough for the national team to play and thrive on. So we'll wait and see.